because I'm obviously
Yeah, you should support gay people. What's wrong with that?
I know I that's not what I'm trying to get at. There's gonna be disagreements. I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to, you know what? Let's get over that topic.
You support Trump.
Yes, sir.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I would choose Trump.
And what's your birth year?
2007,
And what month?
October.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I personally support Trump, and I wanted to ask a question on because I'm debating. From what I've been hearing, I'm not really the type of guy that's politic, right? But I want to get sides from both parties so that I can make a right decision. So I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Democrats, right? Is there people that support the LGBTQ stuff? Because I feel like with that, there's a part of me that disagrees with it. But and I want to ask people, and I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. What is your opinion on people forcing other people? Because, like, as a Christian, I'm gonna say I am a Christian man, grew up in a Christian household. When people act a certain way and force people to be gay, like, you get what I'm trying to say? It's hard to explain. It's really hard for me to explain. But
No, how are people being forced to be gay?
when I'm gonna say this. When I was in high school, right, I was discriminated on not supporting gay people. And what I
So
mean by
that's not
that is
forcing you
like
to be gay. And how are
pretty
you
much.
discriminated against for not liking gay people?
It's not that I don't like gay people. I just feel like if you're pushing like people to support that, because that's what I see. Because I'm obviously
Yeah, you should support gay people. What's wrong with that?
I know I that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just trying to get at is like there's gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. I support gay people, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'm just really nervous. I apologize.
Okay.
But I've had this question is like, why do people? There's gonna be people that are gonna be disagree regardless. And is why is it that people are forcing other people to agree with them when they're not, and they make them uncomfortable? That's
How
what
are we forcing people to agree with us? Like, are we using the law to do it, or are we just, saying you should think this? Because saying you should think something isn't forcing you to
that
believe it.
that's and when I say it's like because as Democrats and Republicans, there's going to be disagreements. But from what I've seen, it feels
It's
like
good to see you.
sometimes, and it goes both ways. It's just a big fight. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's going to be disagreements. I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to, you know what? Let's get over that topic. Actually, I'm going to forget what I said because I do apologize. I'm going on a rant right now. But another question I had is if someone comes into the U.S. illegally, right? I'm 18. You can look me up. I, I literally will show you my ID. I'm 18. But okay, you guys. When someone comes into the United States illegally, right? Isn't that breaking the U.S. law and laws? Because you're technically breaking the rules, right? And I will admit, people that are not from the United States coming into the United States, that really helps us out, right? But if you come in here illegally, you're still technically breaking the law. Am I correct to say that?
Yeah, you're technically breaking the law if you unlawfully enter the country. I just don't think it's a
Correct.
law that they broke that then means that like we should always be holding them accountable to the highest extent of the law. There are certain laws in the books I think are unjustified, right? And
But
for the
I
current legal process right now, it takes several years on average to get in the country, and oftentimes thousands of dollars. I think that's like crazy. So when
I,
someone
I
comes to the
agree.
country for a better life and happens to come here undocumented, right? I understand that, and I say, okay, well, we should provide them a pathway to citizenship, give them the option to go through the legal process in the way that it makes sense, where they don't have to leave the country.
I agree with that. That's what I was gonna ask. But
Okay,
like,
well then you agree with Democrats to a greater extent because even the Democrats they aren't fully on the position yet that you should have mass amnesty. They still want to criminalize undocumented entry. They just want to make the legal process go quicker. So you're actually to the left or more progressive than the Democratic Party on immigration. If you agree with me on this,
I do agree with you on that.
okay, that's great to hear.
I just don't want to be. I don't want to be discrimination. But when it comes to the people acting towards like a different gender than what they are, that's the part that is sketchy to me. And I don't want to be disrespectful at all towards that. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? for a woman trying to be a man and a man trying to be a woman, that stuff. Like, is there people out there that disagrees with? Like, I'm
So
not trying to
so that's not
disagree.
what trans people are. Trans people are not men trying to be women and women trying to be men. Trans women are women and trans men are men, right? Gender is not like we're not referencing biology. We're referencing a social construct that is relative to your desires and commitments to be in accordance with certain characteristics associated with the sexes as a prescription of your gender identity.
You're
That's the way
saying
that
that
we're using gender.
you're saying people are acting a certain way
No,
because
it's
they
not just
want
the
to.
way that they're acting, it's the particular characteristics they have in terms of their identity.
Oh, so I always thought they were actually trying to like change the actual self. They just want to be that way.
Well, I mean, there are aspects about their body they might want to change in terms of presentation or things like that in specific, but that's true for many people that are trans or not trans. Like there are things that I've done specifically to change the way that my body looks, right? Like when I was younger, I took Accutane, right?
You see, that's the kind of thing that I kind of disagree with a little bit. Is because like if you are changing your body from originally what it was, like if you were born a male, right, you should live your life as a male. That's but at the end of the day, it's someone
Do you wear
else's choice.
glasses?
But, no, I do not wear glasses. But I'm not
Do you think it's
saying
wrong to wear glasses because you're changing your body from what it originally was?
no. I mean not that's not physical. That stuff you can actually take off. But like I mean like physical changes, like voice change. Like I feel like that's wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to
Do you think it's wrong to
debate
get
and
a nose
say,
job?
okay, you have a good point on that. You have a good point on that. But I mean, like body changes. Like I mean, yes, piercing is a
What about your
physically
hairstyle? What about tattoos?
okay. You're right, but
What
I
about
just feel like,
surgery? Some people get breast reduction or breast increase surgery, right? Or circumcision, right? Or
and
braces
I
or
will, and I will admit, you have really good points, but it just comes down to faith at the end of the day. And I'm not seeing disagreeing with everyone saying, "Oh, you have to believe in this or you have to believe in
are you
that." Because at the
Christian?
end of the day, it's yes, I'm Christian,
Where in the
but I feel
Christian
like
Bible does it say it's wrong to be trans?
yes, it does. I don't
No,
know
where?
exactly what it. God makes it clear: men and women are the only true genders, even with marriage and do all that stuff. Because at the
The
end of the
Bible
day, it's
doesn't
Adam
mention
and Eve.
trans people.
But yes, I
So
mean,
it can't possibly say that it's wrong to be trans if it never mentions trans people.
see, I'm asking. I don't even know how to say this. I feel like if you are, I think the only two genders there should be are male and female. Do we can we agree upon that?
I think that those are sex. Those are biological sex. And even so, I think that's too simplistic for biological sex. There are individuals who are intersex.
See, that's I don't understand what that means because if I understood what that means,
Okay,
can
so
you
let me
enlighten
explain.
me?
They can have male and female biological sex characteristics.
I'm sorry, you lost me. I
Yeah, someone who's
apologize.
intersex has male and female biological sex characteristics.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything. I'm just trying to, you know,
It's not
understand
disrespectful
more.
to ask questions or to be curious and also to not understand. Many people grew up in a society where they weren't taught these things. You didn't hear about these things ever. You've probably never heard this before in your life. That's totally fine.
I
Now,
really haven't.
now that I'm giving you the information right now, you can make an inference based upon this information.
But can we also agree that one more thing? Whoever's in office, whether it's Democrat or Republican, they're trying to do its best for this society. And I will admit, when Trump's at war, right, with Iran and stuff, there's going to be gas inflations, and I feel like I could be completely wrong, based off what I've read. Democrats are more towards helping people, right, and providing resources towards people, and Republicans are more towards protection and safety towards other countries from like war and stuff. Is that like kind of yes or no, or am I completely off what I'm saying?
I don't know if I would say it's protection. I would say they're more likely to involve themselves in war. But even then, I think that's a bit simplistic because I think that Republicans also, or not just Republicans, but also Democrats historically have involved us in war, right? Which I think is bad, right? Now, I do think that the Democrats are more anti-war than the Republicans. I think the anti-war aspect of the Republican Party was simply just something that Trump was exploiting in order to get elected.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for your time. If I could shake your hand, I would. I'm gonna let you
Appreciate you
go
coming
so
up.
someone else can have a good one. Bye.